Hello and welcome to another very delicious shortcake. I am blessed to be here with the lyrical and very illuminated Rebecca Reynolds.
I am honored to be here with the witty and whimsical Marta Mari. How are you, Marta?
I'm doing lovely. Thank you, dear. How are you and what are in the skies for you today?
I am fabulous, feeling kind of mellow today. And what's in the sky? Really? The clouds. And I've been watching them. And I've been thinking about how thoughts are like clouds, how they come and go. But also thinking, because I'm watching so many struggle with what to say and how to say it in the right order. Let me explain. So thoughts as clouds can drift away. You can notice the thought and let it go. But when it becomes a part of our brain and we're thinking about it, it can create a whole story, sometimes ones we don't want to carry. And I'm noticing a lot of people struggling with their internal stories.
I feel that. I really do. And we don't want to continue holding on to those clouds or the thoughts that drag us down or take us down a path that is not illuminating or makes it more struggle for us or keeps us
Right.
depressed or down. So I like to focus on the thoughts that help me progress or that alleviate my struggle. Help me think of a way to reap, a way to grow a plant in my garden. I'm going to ground out in my garden with new plants. So if I focus on a plant and I nurture this seedling I put in with a thought of, okay, I see the reality of what's going on and I have a challenge, but I'm going to say, I'm going to nurture this plant. I'm going to give it love. I will focus on this. It'll be work and I will give it water and I'll make sure it has sunshine. Then I can also take out the ideas of, oh, it'll never make it. Well, those are the, let's say, weeds of the garden. We're going to take those out. And I'm just going to focus on the plant that gives me the strength to know that I have to keep going because we do. Life is work, but we reap the benefits from that work, like planting a garden. You've worked on gardens, haven't you?
Absolutely. I was just at a farm one of my friends owns and was hauling all kinds of mulch just the other day. And one thing, and back to that garden analogy, as we are about to sow the seeds, we want to be very clear about what seeds we want to sow, about what we want to put in the ground, like you said. And how do we determine that? Well, I think we're going to have to name it. I think we will name exactly what feels elevated. What feels elevated to me is child's play, making sure that I'm having a lot of fun. What feels like it also needs to be planted is freedom. Freedom and justice needs to be planted. This is a great time to really be looking at who has enough, who deserves, and that's everybody. I also like to think what needs to be planted is fearless faith. To know that we are walking in uncertain times, maybe more than we even expected. And during these uncertain times that we can have fearless faith in our garden and plant that. And I'm actually going to suggest that we actually take some seeds and maybe put a post up, use one of those popsicle sticks that says
Yes.
Unconditional love, justice for all, and plant your garden with all of those new truths for yourself and for humanity.
Oh, I love that. I love just even plant. Yes. Putting it out there, not just the actual seeds of literal plants, but the seeds of thoughts that will flourish. And it may seem just like a real plant, it's going to take time, some water, some love and talking, some encouragement, sunshine, beautiful, and some ways to bring that in and solidify. One of the ways we were talking about is bringing in the stone labradorite. So I know you have a flash one. Show us yours.
Hold on, let me get that flash going. So it's that flash point that has all that energy that goes straight to your pineal gland. And it activates parts of your brain that really make you feel euphoric. What do you feel about your stone?
That was mesmerizing. I'm watching you turn that. I'm going, wow, wow. I'm watching it going, and my mind's like, oh, it is. And that's the whole point. For me, the labradorite connects me up higher to the universe and then brings it down and grounds it in. So I want to ground it in with the labradorite to our garden and seed it. I've been where I have stones I'm wearing all the time. Lots of labradorite. I know you wear a lot of labradorite. It is just a great way to stay focused and grounded to what we want to grow in our garden, which I think is really important. We want
Yeah,
to get at the thoughts that we don't want there. Like you said, the clouds that pass by, some of those we want to just let go. But sometimes we let those thoughts hinder, a little fear or the little nagging, and they seed and they root and they grow. And we might consider those weeds. Be attentive to de-weed your garden. Don't feed those.
and I would even call them invasive plants. I would call them invasive plants that not only take root in your own garden, but have a tendency to pop up in other people's gardens too. And so if we're diligent in recognizing that thought can go by without much need to give it any weight. And then if we're extra intentional and begin to plant the seeds, actually physically plant seeds, maybe it's cucumber and it also says faith.
Right.
Maybe it's cabbage and it also says purity of mind. And so when we do those extra acts, we're creating an intentionality that has so much lift and will inspire others. I mean, imagine people walking by and seeing faith, justice, intentionality, purity in your garden. I don't know. I kind of like it. How do you feel?
I like it. It sounds beautiful. And it makes us think. And then those thoughts will be new ones, and we can water and nurture those thoughts and let those go. And those, just like the weeds that we don't want in the garden, that we need to do, will affect others, but in a positive way. Because a smile will always invite another smile.
A smile and a flash.
Right? A smile and a flash. Love the flash.
Thank you all for joining us. And Marta, as always, much love. Have a wonderful evening, guys. And we'll be back with another cake of deliciousness soon.